Shambles. Absolute shambles. We've truly bottled that. We've truly, absolutely made a right pig's ear of that. I don't even have any positives to take from that game. No. Gray came on for Pedro. Zinchenko doesn't start and comes on with like 10 minutes or to go or whatever it was. Our goal isn't even from open play. It's a penalty again. Like, it's just a shambles. It's just not good enough. And I don't like to vent my anger, but I'm going to have to do it in this review because that was just not fit enough. Not fit enough, not quality enough, not enough desire. Just, it was half-hearted today. We're not going to get promoted if we play like that week in, week out. It's as simple as that. We're not going to get promoted. We're going to stay in the Championship. We're going to take ages to get out there. And without any investment in the window, which we basically have done, we've signed under 23 players for the academy, but the academy aren't trying to get back to the Premier League, are they? That's the first team. So we've not addressed our goal scoring problem. We've still got problems defensively, and we've got a thin squad. And the window's pretty much passed in the next 2 hours. So I think we might be in trouble. I think we might be in a bit of sticky trouble. Just not good enough. Not good enough. We're going to start from what I said in the halftime review. I'll put the halftime review in the description. But basically, the first half, I mean, we never start well in a game, which I think is basically a psychological and pretty big hindrance on our game. And it gives us a bit of a, what's the right word? It gives us a bit of a, what do you call it when it's like a, I've forgotten the word. Handicap, that's the one. Handicap. It's a handicap on the game. Because we're saying to QPR, I'll tell you what, welcome to Vicarage Road. And come enjoy yourselves. And just play in front of us and soak up the pressure. I just don't even know what to say. That was just not good enough. I just don't even know. At half time, you're thinking, all right, 0-0. Still a game to go for. And now you're thinking, just not good enough. Like, it's just an absolute shambles. We cannot win games if our forwards don't have shots on goal. Like, automatic promotion, that can just be forgotten about because it's not going to happen. It just... Oh my gosh. I just don't even know what to say. I think one thing to say today is down the left-hand side, we were so weak. Only when Ken Sema came on in the second half did we actually start doing stuff. But no one was moving in the box. I mean, when your left back is genuinely a right back in Jeremy Ngakia, and your left mid is pretty much a central midfielder, you're always going to struggle. I mean, injuries made it tough. The subs were far too late on. I think we were just outfought tonight. We were just outfought all night by QPR. Really, we got our goal from the penalty, and it was a bit of a get-out-of-jail card, but today proved we can't rely on that to win us games. We just can't sit back and soak up the pressure because, like, in that first half, a Charlie Austin goal was coming. Like, I wondered whether we'd keep Charlie Austin quiet tonight, and I hoped we would, but did I genuinely believe it? No, not for a second, because we give forward attackers space. We let them creep in behind our back four. And it was just... The goal he scored is just absolutely classic. Classic Watford defending. Looking at the ball watching. You got to look at your man. You got to mark up. Okay, so first half, sliding clearance from Troost-Ekong to get it away. And basically there was a nice 1-2 between Pedro and Cleverley. Lovely little nutmeg from Pedro. But Cleverley, of course, took too long on it. And it was cleared away by QPR. The header by Sierralta, good effort. And then it hit the bar after the save from their goalkeeper. And then Pedro had a header with the Brazilian and it was cleared off the line because it was just a really tame effort. So, you know, it's just not good. I mean, if you look over the years, like QPR have had a great record against us, you know. I remember 2011, I'm pretty sure they secured victory for promotion against Watford at Vicarage Road. And we just weren't good enough today. It's as simple as that. We didn't deserve to win. Like, if we'd have won that game, I'd have said, yes, we'll take it. But did we deserve it? No. And probably wouldn't have been sustainable for us to get points in future games. QPR, they just came at it. They were hungry. And these players need to learn a bit of that. Learn a bit of passion, because it wasn't there tonight. It simply wasn't. I just don't think we don't start games well, so then we think, okay, we're going to go into autopilot mode and we'll just sit back. And our home form is what we've relied on this season, and we're beaten for the second time this season. Only the second time. We've been like the best home team in the top 4 divisions, and we lose to QPR, a team we should be beating. I mean, I get that, you know, Mark Warburton's side have had a bit of an upturn in form, but we can't be losing to QPR, man. It's just not good enough. We're not going to get promoted. Genuinely, we're not. We're not creating angles. It's so rigid in our play. We're just going forward and we're thinking, oh, well, I wonder what we do. You know, just hoof a ball up. Let's hope it falls for someone in the box. There's not Pedro making a run. There's not Sarr making a run. And Sarr today was so frustrating because we know the quality he's got. We know the pace he's got, but we didn't utilise it. And when he gets the ball, the amount of times where he would just trudge along and not really take any momentum with the ball. And yes, he'd win fouls, but it doesn't help us go anywhere. And then, you know what we're like from set pieces. We just give it straight to the goalkeeper's arms. So I just don't really know what to say at this point. That result has kind of left me a bit shell-shocked. The second half, I mean, first half it was 0-0, so there was no, I suppose, negativity. There was no negativity, but we did let them into the game very early on. Took a while to do anything and then hit the bar through Sierralta. But second half, man, just got the goal and we kind of, that was at the perfect time, you felt. You know, really not brilliant in the first half, but an early goal should see you off on one and see you getting the momentum to get the win. I mean, it was a clear penalty, you know. The build-up was better, I suppose, from Watford, and Sarr was just absolutely taken out by Cameron, trod on the toe, clear penalty, and you thought, okay, this is going to have to be a springboard for us to win this game. And Troy Deeney, you know what he's like. He's Mr. Reliable and trustworthy from the spot. And he scored, and it was a good penalty. Didn't go down the middle this time, just slightly to the right. But the goalie just didn't even move. It was that good. So, yeah, he always scores, but he's got 140 now. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we aren't winning games because we need more people contributing in the squad to score goals. Like, we just don't create enough chances. In a home game, on the box, Monday Night Football, and we score just one goal and have just 4 shots on target. It's not good enough. It's not. And we got dominated by a team that has played, pretty, one route football most of the season. And since they've brought in Charlie Austin, they have improved. But, we shouldn't be losing this game. It's just not good. I mean, the funny thing is, after we scored our penalty, we stepped up the intensity. We looked the better team. And yeah, QPR was still a threat, but we looked like we had a bit of swagger about us, just for a bit. Just for a fleeting second, I thought, all right, we might be all right with a win here. And even the win doesn't secure us, the playoffs or promotion. Of course, we're miles off where we should be to get that kind of winning run. But at least we're catching up with our other opponents. We would go up to 3rd, same points as Swansea, just down on goal difference. But no, we managed to not just throw away the win, but throw away the point. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, our home form, I was saying about that, we've conceded 3 goals in 5 games, and we've managed to now concede 2 and 1. I mean, I just don't understand that. What happened in that second half for us to just suddenly capitulate, I do not know. I mean, there was the chance, obviously, for Todd Kane with the header. I mean, Sierralta today, he wasn't bad. He got a few good headers. Should have scored, though. That's one of those headers where you got to hit it into the ground like Charlie Austin did. But he hit it too high and it hit the bar. But Sierralta, really good defensive header away, putting his body on the line. And then the header from Todd Kane was just across goal. Lucky that it didn't go on target. But really, that QPR goal was starting to come. They were building pressure. They were just starting to knock on the door, and we weren't, battering that door down. We weren't, shooing them away from the door. We were just accepting and letting them to come into the house. Like, take my speech figuratively, but the point is, we're just not. We're not at the attitude right now to get promoted, and it's going to be a mid-table finish if we carry on like this. It's ugly. It's the ugly truth, but it's the way that it's going to be. And then, of course, we had their player, Bon. He was a decent option for them, sliding in and really should have scored. Cleverly got maybe just about enough on the block of the cross to maybe prevent the ball from getting whipped in with a lot of ferocity that, Bon just guides it in for the goal. But he did get a poor connection on it, and luckily didn't convert, and Bachmann got behind it. Bachmann, again, was all right. For stepping in for Foster, that was always going to leave a bit of a void. And he's done well, to be honest. Unlucky to not get a clean sheet in the game against Barnsley. But generally, it's a game where you'd say we should be winning. I say about the Barnsley game, I'm sorry, I meant the Millwall game, but of course it was disallowed. But the point is, we should be winning this game. And then it was that Bond chance really that was kind of the wake-up call. And we didn't wake up. We were just almost still asleep, hit the snooze button, and then QPR come at us again. And Charlie Austin, he was a threat all night, and we just couldn't deal with him. But shambolic defending. Just shambolic. It was coming, but Troost-Ekong, he's been brilliant for us all season, and you just got to find your man. If there was one man tonight that we had to track all 90 minutes, it was Charlie Austin, because we know what his movement is like. But Ekong is just nowhere to be seen. Jumps completely out of the picture and headed into the ground on the start of the last 15 minutes of that game. The goal from Troy on 52, the goal from Charlie on 73, and then you're thinking, okay, now we need a response. Now we need an attacking response. But there was none. There was absolutely no response going forward. And we just couldn't get it into the box. Towards the end, we were 2-1 down, and we were playing it around the back. Like, come on. This is a win that could see us get near the teams we need to. I don't see enough desire in our team. I don't. So, yeah, QPR got their second to really rub salt in the wounds. The shot was blocked from Cleverly, quite well to be fair, but you know, Sema, when he came on, was good. But like I said, the movement, it's all very well having Sema take on the whole fullback and whipping across. But if there's no one making any movement to get there and shoot, then it's worthless. And there it is, the goal from Albert Adomah. And he's not even scored a goal for QPR before today. But of course, we give him his goal. And neither Troost-Ekong nor Ben Wilmot has any spatial awareness in that chance to stop Adomah. I mean, you've got to either talk to each other, or one of them says, all right, I'm going to take one for the team, going to slide in and head it away. But no, we just look around and we just misjudge it entirely. And Bachmann came out, tried to smother it, but it was slotted by Adomah into the net, and that's the game gone. So, yeah, it's a really frustrating one tonight. I don't know how we've managed to bottle that right at the end, late on. It's a big upset at Vicarage Road. And I just don't know what to say, really. Andre Gray, I think he really needs to score about 5 goals in one game to convince Watford fans he should stay at the team. The window's about to shut, so he probably will stay. But I just think that result, you know, when you just think about it though, February 2020, we were beating Liverpool 3-0. And then February 2021, we were losing 2-1 to QPR. That just shows where we've come. And basically, since the start of lockdown, Project Restart, the confidence has just gone, it's just fallen like a brick. And that confidence hit has still come with us this season. So it's time to just hope for more, but knowing that we really don't have it in the tank. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. Man of the match, don't really feel like doing a man of the match after that, but I tend to do it, so we're going to go for it. I mean, the goal, to concede on 90 minutes, it's just typical. It just is typical, and it means we stay 5th. With a game in hand. That's the funny thing. We said about the Millwall game and how, you know, we had game in hand. Ooh, it might be all right if we win that. We lost. We didn't win that. Draw 0-0 against a team in Millwall that are playing terrible football in 16th in the league. And then against QPR, who was 17th, we lose the game. So now we're on 47, same as Reading, but a game played more. And the only team around us that has played as many is Middlesbrough. So Bournemouth can go above us. Reading can easily stretch away from us. Brentford, at this point, look like the team that's going to get that 3rd position. That if we do end up finishing in the playoff places, I'm sorry, we're not going to Wembley. Like, we're just not. We don't have the consistency to win those games in the first legs and second legs. So I don't really know. And my screen is frozen, so that just wraps up this dismal night. But I'm going to try and give a man of the match, and it's tough today, but I suppose it's probably going to have to be either Francisco Sierralta or Troy Deeney, because Daniel Bachmann had a bit of a nightmare today. Navarro, not good at all. The set-piece delivery wasn't good, and get booked. Troost-Ekong, you know, poor marking for both goals. And Ngakia, really sloppy and giving the ball away. Just not really in the game. Sarr, just really sluggish. Cleverly, just not really making any successful passes. Chalobah, complete passenger in the game. I couldn't remember him playing. Hughes, again, passenger. We just had so many players today that just coasted through it. And Pedro wasted a few good chances. So I've got to give it to Troy Deeney, I think, because he didn't have much of the ball and he was pretty quiet, pretty non-existent in that first half because he couldn't get the supply and the you know, didn't get the ball given to him. He didn't get the service, but he got his goal. Confident penalty. 140 Watford goals. Well done to him, but at this rate, by the time he gets 150 Watford goals, we won't be in the Premier League. So thanks for watching my review, but I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.